It's a beautiful day for women's water polo, and it should be a great matchup in Los Angeles. It's a battle of two of the best programs historically, number 2 Stanford and number 3 USC. And you can watch it right here on Pac-12 Networks, presented by State Farm. Welcome poolside at the Weetangsu Aquatic Center at USC, folks, alongside Olympic silver medalist Chris Dorse. I'm Kevin Danna, and Chris, how about this for an MPSF opener? Stanford and USC have combined to win the last 5 national championships, and it's always intense when they match wits in the tank. So here we go, second half underway. Dofia dribbling around the perimeter. Anderson had 16 points in the first half on 16 shots. Eddie lost the handle, and it's taken away by Griffin. Griffin down the lane, scoops it up and scores.
Elliott Williams was right up in Eddie when he caught that three, or that ball beyond the three-point line. He forced him to put the ball on the deck. You know, Eddie had a three slip out of his hands last night, too, when he was wide open in the corner.
Orlando Johnson, nice feed down low. Sine, easy lane.
And probably a smart play by Aaron Kraft just to let Sine lay that in, because you don't want a ticky-tack foul if you're Santa Cruz to give Sine a three-point opportunity.
Mohamed Sine, a former lottery pick in 2006, drafted by Seattle. And Elliott Williams has some mojo right now.
He does, and that shot did not look like it was going in. We had a good angle of it, and it looked off to the right. But for Elliott Williams, when you release it and it doesn't, you don't think it's going in, and it does, it just continues to build the confidence.
You're living good when that happens. Griffin, TG draws 2 with the left hand, tried to get the angle on Sine, the rim protector, and couldn't do so. Down low, Sine, his second field goal.
Now there's an example of Kyle Anderson's ability to pass the basketball. He has not registered a triple-double this year. We talked about that last night in game 2, but he is a threat. He registered one in college at UCLA, and with so many more possessions in professional basketball, I'm pretty surprised he hasn't yet this year.
Well, if he gets assigned next year, he will certainly get a triple-double with the Austin Spurs. That would be my hunch.
Kyle Anderson, I guarantee you he's telling himself every night, I do not want to be assigned next year. You want to be in the association with the Spurs in the rotation every night.
Tough shot from Orlando Johnson, well short. Santa Cruz on the break. Michael Thompson, little running hook's good. Looks down for a second at Mohamed Sine. 6-point lead, Sea-Dubs.
Well, we have not seen a lot of transition opportunities, and that favors Austin because Santa Cruz wants to get more buckets in transition, but they just have not been able to get out. Austin's been doing a good job in transition defense.
Thompson with 5 points now. Udofia working baseline. Kraft, the D-League Defensive Player of the Year, sticks right in front of him. Just one on the shot clock. Anderson tried to run into Kuzmic, got out of the way, smartly did Kuzmic, and an air ball leads to a shot clock violation.
Well, that's the second, maybe third shot clock violation of the night for Austin, and at times it looks like they just don't know how much is left on the shot clock, and that goes on the point guard. But Kyle Anderson, who's basically a point forward, he's got to know at all times how much time is left.
Jarrell Eddy replaced by Jonathan Simmons, who came to the scorer's table about 40 seconds into the second half. Austin back in that zone. Now kind of morphs into a man. Thompson, open look at a straight-on three. Well short, but tipped out by Orlando Johnson.
Well, Thompson can be a streaky shooter, and I don't know if that's a good decision to go under ball screens with him because he can make threes in bunches.
He had 5 threes against the Oklahoma City Blue.
With Klay Thompson in attendance.
Klay's not here tonight. I wonder why.
Hey, he's playing in a pretty important game.
Griffin tries to yam it down over Mohamed Sine, who says, no, sir. Looked like he might have blocked that one, but instead it's off Griffin.
Oh, he blocked it, but I think that Griffin almost tried to regain control and hit it out.
That must have been the case, because Sine definitely got a piece of it. Here's Jonathan Simmons, 7 points for him. Udofia to Anderson, puts it on the deck, runner-up and money.
Nothing you can do about that. That is simply unguardable at this level.
I'm not sure I'll ever get tired of watching Kyle Anderson play basketball. So fun to watch. He has 18.
And that's atypical to say about a guy who's not a high flyer.
Williams tries to throw it down in traffic. Put back. The first attempt not quite for Kuzmic. Goes back up and gets an and one. The fans get to their feet here.
And that is important for Kuzmic to make this layup and absorb the contact. He misses one the first try, but gets a second crack at it. And he's excited because, as we talked about in the first half, he misses too many shots around the rim for a guy his size with his athleticism.
6-point lead for Santa Cruz. Kuzmic stuck on 16. Missing the free throw.
And he's upset. He's a very good free throw shooter for a big man.
This game has mostly been played within 2 possessions. A momentary 8-point lead earlier in the game for Santa Cruz, and we have a push in the back on Mohamed Sane. That'll be his first. Keith Wright back in for Mufon Udofia, so Austin getting big now. A couple of guys who could play the 5 at the D-League level, and Keith Wright and Mohamed Sane. Sane was coached by Casey Hill's father in Seattle, Bob Hill. Longtime former NBA coach.
And now Austin is back to the zone, which they primarily played in the second quarter, and it really disrupted Santa Cruz. The Warriors were just 5 for 22 in the second frame.
Leads to a turnover there. Here's Anderson at the foul line. Lob down low to Wright. Tips it to nobody in particular, and there's Aaron Kraft. AC. Thompson, left angle 3, money ball. And a timeout called by Ken McDonald. Santa Cruz has its largest lead of the game at 9 points. This is a full timeout. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're watching the NBA D-League playoffs on ESPNU.